Now, before the Geico Skytypers launch, look to the left. This is the North American P-51 Mustang, what many believe was the best fighter of all of World War II. The Skytypers are taxiing out. Unheard of now, but back in World War II, young men of that age routinely flew airplanes like the Mustang. Many believe the P-51 Mustang was the quintessential or the best fighter of all of World War II. It comes in very high on many, many surveys. With its top speed of over 425 miles per hour, and later models, one of which actually reached 487 miles per hour, the Mustang was initially designed for the Royal Air Force to fight alongside their Hurricanes and Spitfires before the United States actually entered the war in December of 1941. Scott flies this in honor of all those men who fought in the skies and on the ground and paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. Every bit of this airplane was painstakingly restored by Scott and his now passed on father, Bill Yoak, over the course of about 16 years. His dad, Bill, was a tremendous metal worker. And when they restored this aircraft, many of the parts had to be built from scratch from the original North American aviation drawings and blueprints. And the paint job. The paint scheme is very, very important as well. Let me tell you a little bit about that. Quicksilver is the name of the aircraft, and the black cape covering the front of the airplane represents the veil of protection that our armed forces give us. That veil is one of the reasons why we have what we have here today, and that is freedom. As the cape extends to the back of the canopy, it spreads out and divides into feathers, symbolizing the eagle that has flown with every aviator since the birth of aviation in 1903. The black paint has tiny sparkling stars in it. Each sparkle represents an American veteran that served our great country. The unsung heroes in our lives. These veterans are the glimmering star in a mother's eye, a wife or husband's heart, a son or daughter's hope for the future. The silver ring behind the spinner represents the shining halo of the guardian angel who guides service personnel, having given the ultimate sacrifice to their final resting place. The black and white stripes on the wings are there as they were on all Allied aircraft on D-Day, June 6th, 1944, when the Allies attacked the German-held northern coast of France. The stars and bars proudly displayed represent the armed forces symbol that all United States fighter planes carry. It carries the post-war version because Quicksilver was never part of a unit until after World War II. And all of the bare metal on this P-51 Mustang is polished. Look closely in the metal, and you will see for whom our veterans fought. Scott Yoak, call sign Scooter, does the very, very precise 16-point hesitation roll. Bill Yoak, Scooter's father, an individual with a love and passion for this type of aircraft, did all of the metal work. Remanufactured parts, handmade, and unlike the hurried war efforts, these are made with the skill and care of a master craftsman to obtain the utmost attention to detail necessary to restore this Mustang to a condition better than new in 1945. Now, Scooter's going to take a little bit of a break. And he's going to come back in, and you'll have a chance to see the paint scheme as I described it to you. The Mustang was actually built at the request of the Great Britain's British Purchasing Commission. North American built trainers, the SNJs and the Texans and the T6s, like the Geico Sky Typers, flew, but they also made them for the Royal Air Force and the Royal Canadian Air Force. And in 1940, when the Royal Air Force needed more Curtiss P-40 Warhawks, they wanted North American to build them. Because the British liked the way North American built their Harvard trainers, those Texans as well. The president of North American Aviation, Dutch Kindleberger, said to the British Purchasing Commission representatives, we don't want to build somebody else's airplane under license. We want to build a brand new one. Give us 120 days. And 117 days later, the Mustang was rolled out of North American's California plant. Initially outfitted with an Allison V12 liquid-cooled engine, it didn't perform well enough at altitude, so the British took one of the Rolls-Royce Merlin engines that were powering their Hurricanes and Spitfires, and changed the cowling and changed the motor mounts and put that Merlin on the Mustang, and it became the iconic fighter that it now is. In total, some 15,000 Mustangs were built. Now, as he comes around, this is one for the cameras. He's going to do not a 4-point or an 8-point or a 16-point hesitation roll, but a 5-point hesitation roll, honoring each branch of our military: the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, the Marine Corps, and the Coast Guard. Here is the 5-point hesitation roll. Would you join me in a round of applause for all those members of our military and branches of our military, and Scott Yoak. Scooter Yoak, this is the look and the sound of freedom. coming up for the Mustang. And what we will do is fade the music and let you watch and listen if you want to take some pictures. Here comes Scooter. He's cleared to land. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in a round of applause for Scott Scooter Yoak and the P-51 Mustang known as Quicksilver. States Air Force Thunderbirds fly the F-16. We're going to see a different version of the Navy's top fighter in just a moment.